coming in with kind of a sort of a different video, just something that I've been asked a couple times. And you know, what are the disgusting dark secrets that I keep on this phone? So this is my Red Magic 7. I always keep it with the fan going on like the intelligent mode or whatever, just so like the RGB is going for absolutely no reason at all. I just think it looks neat, so I keep that going. This is the Supernova edition, so it's the completely clear back. And over top of the camera, I have a little screen protector to keep those safe. So that's this one here by iMac. I don't know, it's just the only one that was available for this. I have nothing bad to say about it. It works absolutely perfect. It didn't obstruct the camera quality at all. So there's an older video that I made about a Samsung. It was my S20 Ultra. And I did a comparison to before having one of those applied and after. And the difference in camera quality was like drastically worse with these on. So having a protector over your camera just like ruined the photos. This one here, there's basically no difference at all. So this company, iMac, they make really, really good products. So like it's not sponsored at all because, you know, I have to say that stuff because YouTube. But like this company makes really good products. As for the case, you know, it's been living with me in the garage for a little bit while I've been working on cars and everything, just trying to get like the rest of the year done for my other channel, the Hate Me Club. But if we look over at the new one that I have still, which is this case right here, that's what it's supposed to look like brand new. It stains a lot, but at the same time, this has had a really hard life. So these here are the first party Nubia screen protectors. I threw one of these on. I was unloading this like ridiculously old TV that I got. Just like a nostalgic project sort of thing or whatever they're going to be working on way later. I'm probably going to put it on the channel, so there'll be something probably next year about that. But when I was unloading that and I actually dropped my phone, it landed directly on the screen right here, bounced off of like other things in the truck bed, and then landed, completely shattered the screen protector. I just peeled it off and the screen is absolutely perfect underneath it. Screen protector, 1000% worth the money. It saved the screen. As of the latest software updates, which is version 3.16, they've now added this fan into the game space. And this is just something that like people wanted to see. Is like, what do I have on it? You know, like just kind of go through my phone with me. So let's try and find some deep, dark secrets here. Which realistically, there's not going to be anything on here, because I rarely use my phone for anything other than just like music stuff or work. As well as, you know, obviously gaming, because it's a gaming phone. Let's start with the settings here. So in this quick panel area, we got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Microsoft To Do, because that syncs across all devices. And I can set dates and everything for that. So that way, if I have a video that I have to record, I'll get a notification telling me that, hey, you have to do this video. So then I know that I have to record it, and then I'll have X amount of time to get the video uploaded, edited, all that other stuff. Calculator, always need a quick calculator, and flashlight. Now, the reason those 5 are right there are so that I can just quickly access them with one swipe, because those are my first 5. I don't have to do the second swipe to open them. Then we got the turbofan toggle, turn that on and off, just because sometimes I do need it to be quiet when I'm using my phone, so I do turn it off. Just for like the concern of other people or whatever, like around me that don't want to listen to the fan going. Airplane mode, because I'm constantly in environments where I need to turn my phone off, but I also just still need to use my phone because I can't remember anything. So I need to be able to make to-do lists because it'll save everything offline until I go back online, and then it'll sync everything across all my devices as well as calculator in my pocket. Auto rotate, obviously I'm going to have that so I can lock it or whatever, just because, you know, I'm always watching YouTube or something like on my phone, just sitting like an idiot, and then it rotates. And then it's just, you understand. If you use it, you know why. Screen recorder, because we're screen recording. That's just something that I added right now because I don't normally, screen record a whole bunch of stuff. Location services on and off, because again, I end up being in environments where I have to turn my location off. Dungeons and Dragons mode, because I don't like being disturbed. That's always on all the time, so that way it's always silent. And the screen refresh rate, I just leave there, so that way if my battery's getting low, I can quickly switch it to like 90 hertz. Most of the time, I'm always on 165 hertz. I actually haven't even used that toggle in probably weeks. Now, the reason that recorder is one that I added for this is because the custom thing usually sits right here. So these bottom three usually just move over a little bit. And then I only have the one single page of the quick toggles, nothing else. It's not congested. Everything's fine. Now, VPN, always connected, always automatically connects, like privacy and keeping yourself safe. It's literally about privacy and keeping yourself safe. Making sure that you're not leaving a digital footprint behind you is, you know, it's a very important asset. You should try to practice these things as much as possible. Another one here is Orbot. So that's proxies. I mean, technically it's used for connecting to the Tor network, which we're not going to get into in this video, but it's a good practice to also keep something like that in the background. So that way you're kind of bouncing across different locations. It's all about keeping yourself safe, which is why I also use Bitdefender on my phone. So this right here is mostly just for like app lock and stuff like that, or if someone enters the wrong passcode, or if they try to just like get the PIN code wrong too many times. Bitdefender security, it just took a picture of me, and that just saved to the cloud. So now if someone's trying to get in my phone, I now have a picture of them trying to get into my phone, as well as the option of remotely wiping the phone and everything without having like Google's trackers going. So everything's fully encrypted, everything is fully secure. So we have Amazon ALEXA because, you know, everyone knows that I love Daddy Bezos. So like my whole house is set up with that. I don't even buy anything unless it's ALEXA compatible, at least for like smart home stuff, obviously. Amazon shopping, because, you know, again, like I love Amazon. Authy, that's for 2FA, obviously. Bonusly, that's just some work stuff. Calculator again. Calendar, camera, Chord AI. So that's kind of a neat one. We'll check that out. So if I grab the old ketchup ball right here, in this app, we can just record. And I have it so that every single app loses permissions as soon as they're no longer used. So that way nothing can be monitoring microphone or camera or location or anything in the background. I have to provide permission every single time. Now, if we just play like a G chord, it's picking it up as G chord. A minor. We've got an E there. Let's do a D. Let's do like an F major 7. A C. So as I play things, it'll tell me what they are. So this is really handy if I'm going to be like just making something or whatever, and I also want to play it on piano, then I'll know how to play it on guitar. We can go back, and right here we have a C, so that's showing the C chord and how to play it, but we can also change instruments. So if I change to a piano, now it's showing that chord on piano and how to play it. So then this one here, it's showing which key change to do for that one. For the F, the A minor, the E, the C. So that's just something that I use all the time when it comes to making music. Then obviously we've got the clock there. So if you just go to my alarm here, the alarm tone. Yeah, so I wake up to the theme song of Cyberpunk at 7 a.m. every morning, because you just gotta love Night City. Codecademy, that's an amazing resource for just like refreshing skills and just kind of building up or whatever. Or if there's like a program language that you wanted to start learning, but you're just not sure if that's for you, or like you wanted to get into it, so you just kind of want to dabble with it a little bit. Codecademy is an absolutely fantastic source for that. And then contacts. Now, I just realized the screen recording had stopped there. That's super cool. So we'll start that back up. We have Discord, which, you know, many of you are a part of. So that's how I stay in touch with all of you. DJI Mimo. That's what I use to monitor this camera, so I know where it's pointed, which was a huge reason that I switched from Samsung, because like the DJ apps just stopped working with like One UI 4.0, and they didn't work until 4.1 had come out. So like you literally had to wait until the Galaxy S22 phones came out, and then waited for the S21 and S20 or whatever to get the 4.1 update just before stuff worked again. And that's just, I don't know. Like that's why I switched from Samsung, because I can't deal with stuff like that. Like I can't have downtime when it comes to cameras and recording when this stuff is my job. I just need them to work. Then we have eBay, obviously, because I love eBay. Always trying to find cool deals and just like weird stuff that I can't normally get because the city has less than 100,000 people. So finding stuff locally is basically impossible to find like cool stuff. Or at least trying to find like a good deal on cool stuff. File manager, obviously just for going through like files and stuff. Flight radar, absolutely love that app. I'm like huge into aviation. I love airplanes and everything. So that's really cool. Just when you see a plane flying over or something, you can just point the camera at it. It tells you what kind of plane it is. Gallery, so that's just like what I use this phone for. So camera, so just like pictures of stuff that I'm working on. So that right there is a brake bleeder that I had to like refurbish. Pictures of the cat. So that's Susu Watari. The cat, when it was like 2 weeks old or whatever, it just like wandered into the house. So now I have a cat. So it was just like a lost kitten or whatever. Just some more stuff from like the garage, taking pictures. This is that old TV that I was bringing in when I dropped my phone and broke the screen protector. So this thing's like stupid heavy. That's it closed up, so that's going to be a whole later thing. Got a MacBook here, just kind of like polish it up a little bit. So there's tons of videos on that coming. Camera that I'm using right now, the Osmo Action. You can see it has this little ring for filters, and then there's also a little LED light. So now there's light. So I'm slowly losing the ability to, like have bad videos. The cat crapped all over itself, so I had to give it a bath. That was fun. But yeah, that's the little... It's a little fluff ball right there. Downloads, just like tons of random pictures. So like the retro Mac logo, that's kind of something that I wanted to do. This one here was kind of neat. Cyberpunk cars, parts for my truck, old school BMX. That's actually like my first BMX bike. Like not that specific one, like that's not my actual bike, but I had the same model. A guitar that I want. So this is the Yamaha Storia in like the white with the blue center. Absolutely beautiful guitar. Just like cool cars and stuff, just like a bunch of random things, some wallpapers, just retro tech that I thought looked neat, and just, like a carbon fiber toilet, because of course. Little computer that I'm working on, another picture of the computer that I'm working on, the GPU mod that I did for that. So, I mean, like spoilers, because these are all videos that are coming up. Just like an old school like VHS camera thing. Oh my god, look at he's taking his first bike ride. Yeah, so anyway, I mean, like there's not really anything cool on my phone. Like I literally use this for music, work, and like some games. Then we got GitHub, Gmail, Guitar Tuna, because that's for tuning your guitar, obviously. So let's see where we are here. So that's it. Now we're all in tune. So, I don't know, like, again, like, it's mostly just stuff for music. Kijiji, obviously selling stuff. So that's, like, the Canadian version of, like, Craigslist. Or, really weird, I have a lot of viewers from Australia, so it's the equivalent of Gumtree. Kraken Pro, because cryptocurrencies. Lens distortion, that's the LD one there. I actually featured that app in one of the, photo challenge things or whatever that I did last year. So every day for February, I did a daily upload of just like different entry level photography skills and stuff like that. And I used that app for showing off, just like how to use like overlays and filters and stuff or whatever to, just kind of like accentuate your photos. Maps, because like obviously if you're going somewhere to pick something up, you got to know where you're going. Nighthawk, so that's the app for one of my routers, so that way I can just remotely manage it. NordVPN, not sponsored, love them, have been with them for years. Orbot, so that's for accessing the Tor network, or if you just wanted to run proxies to keep yourself a little bit more safe. PayPal, because like eBay and everything. Phone, because I do still call people. I am an old person. Photos, I actually don't use that anymore. I was using that because I was trying to use the Google camera with this for the night sight thing, but then I ended up having issues with it not recognizing any other lenses. So I just switched back to the factory camera. Photoshop Express, always use that. I hate Adobe, but they do make the best photo editor for Android. That sucks, but it's what it is. Pixlr, that's basically just like a filter app or whatever. So like fonts and stuff, like I'll use a combination of both of those to make wallpapers. So I find this picture online, and then I said, like, you forgot again, didn't you? Because like I forgot, right? But then I'll add these with Pixlr, and then I'll edit the photo with Photoshop Express, because for whatever reason, Photoshop Express just has terrible layouts. Plex, because I have a Plex media server. So that's mostly just for music on my phone. So that way I'm not like streaming tons of whatever. Protonmail, because I got hacked recently, or I guess it wasn't recently, it's probably been about a year now. So now I use encrypted email for like all of my YouTube and like business stuff. Push employee, that's again just work stuff. Q file, so that's for connecting to the NAS for like cloud backup. So if I take a screenshot, yeah, I already have the notifications turned off, but that screenshot is now on my NAS, which is now on my computer. So as soon as I take one, it immediately updates, it sends it to the NAS then relays back to the desktop, and then the photos on the desktop. So all of these screen recordings are also being relayed every time they're finished. So if I stop this and started a new one, that recording is now being sent over to the NAS right now. So in a few minutes or whatever, because that was a fairly big video, that'll be on my desktop computer ready to edit. So I don't even need to connect this to the computer to sync files. The same goes for like code projects and stuff. That comes down to Spec Editor, which is basically VS Code for Android. So I can have like coding projects and stuff in my documents folder synced to this from the NAS, and then I can edit those with Spec Editor. The saved file is relayed to the NAS using QFile or QSync. And then that gets relayed back to the desktop computer, again, using QSync. And then when I'm on my computer, the changes that I made on my phone have been made to the files that have been synced to the NAS, which have synced to the desktop, so then the changes are on the desktop. So I can use my phone to edit files on my desktop and vice versa. That's what I'm getting at here. Q Manager is just to like manage the NAS or whatever. So to reboot it, check for updates, whatever. Reddit, I'm always on Reddit. That's basically the only social media that I have. Like, you know, Reddit is the anti-social social media. So I mean, I guess it makes sense that that's the only one that I have. So if you see me on like Twitter, I made one briefly when Elon Musk bought Twitter, and then there was stuff going on with that. So I basically just made it for like a meme, and then I've deleted it since. So if you see me on Twitter, that's not actually me. I have the Discord community, so that's just for basically like helping each other out sort of thing. So that's kind of like a help desk for like any people or people who want to like also help other people. Or if you just wanted to post like random pictures of like your phone, photography stuff, vehicles, there's categories for all of it. You could show off like your battle stations and whatever. Then we got Samsung Health, because again, I use Samsung everything. Even though I no longer use a Samsung phone, I still use Samsung smart things with everything. And that's kind of what I was going to say about what I was getting into with Samsung updating crap and then it not working, because they've just updated it and now I can't sign into smart things. I'm going to put this away. Like, look, let's use it. Like, I literally can't use it at all. Like, it signed me out. My devices are gone. Sign in. It opens this. This website is optimized for the following browsers, as it may not work correctly in other browsers. Change your default browser and try again. Error code. Link_1004. That's it. That's all it says. That's all I get. Like it says right here, Samsung Internet, Chrome, Firefox. I'm using Firefox. I've also tried on Chrome and I tried on Samsung Internet. It's the same thing every single time. So I don't understand what it is. I've also tried without a VPN on, without a proxy on. I've tried on Wi-Fi. I've tried on mobile data. Like, I literally tried for so long, and like that's happened since an update. So like that's why I moved away from Samsung, at least for like hardware sake, because if they update something and it breaks, you're screwed. You can't downgrade. Because like this is the second time that it's happened now, and I moved away from Samsung for this reason, with the DJI stuff not working, and then it happened again now. And then we got the sound meter, just because I'm always just doing stuff with like computers and audio reading and everything like that. So having this, that's just a tool that I use all the time. Spec editor, already got into that. That's just basically VS Code for Android. Yeah, so speed test, I use that all the time. Steam, that's basically just for like impulse buying, like really funny indie games and whatever. So like if there's something like right stupid, like Shower with Your Dad Simulator, What's Under the Blanket, Genital Jousting, like those are all fantastic games. Oh, it's cool. Camera died. Anyway, it's like 5 in the morning now, so I kind of want to go to bed, considering my alarm's going to go off at 7. So, I'm probably going to get like 2 hours sleep before I got to start working again. So let's wrap this up. Where were we? Steam, right. Banking app, just because, adult things. Team viewer, so that way I can remote control computers when I'm not at the computer. Makes sense. Telegram for less legal things. That's just for talking with other people and everything. Just like code and stuff that we're working on and everything. Just like projects or whatever for like stuff that's not on YouTube. And TikTok, fully addicted and consumed with TikTok. Tile, because I had to bust those out because the Samsung Smart Things stopped working. So I had to grab my old Tile and put a new battery in that, start using that. So when I lose my keys, I can at least find them again. To do, we already talked about that, but that's just the app placement for it. Then we got Twitch, because watching people play games is just a lot easier than playing games. Musician, so again, that's kind of in the same sense as Codecademy. So you could use that to learn how to play guitar, piano, ukulele, or in the sense of what I do is you use it to just kind of like refresh on things, like get like work on some scales or whatever. So that's always good to have, and it just uses the microphone in your device, so that way you can just play like right here. Like I could just play guitar and it'll just tell me what I'm doing wrong, or I can play some scales and it just kind of rates me on like how I'm playing and stuff like that. So it's absolutely awesome. I love that app. And then YouTube, obviously I watch a lot of YouTube Music, because it's just included with YouTube Premium, and YouTube Studio. That's how I talk to all of you and respond to all of your comments and everything. So that's basically it. Like I just keep one page of apps. If it's not on here, I don't use it. Oh, except for the Play Store. So this app drawer here, I'm using Nova Launcher. So if we swipe up for the app drawer and then swipe down, that's to open the search. So frequently used apps, you can see TikTok is my #1 used app, because of course it is. But right here, I can just click this thing and that'll just bring me to this where I can update my apps. And then just for organization's sake, I have all of the games over here. So 3D Mark, that's my favorite game. I love benchmarking stuff. I'm going to be getting into more benchmarking once the new update comes out, because this version right now is, I just realized I'm not screen recording. Okay, awesome. Let's start that. Great. So when the new update comes out, because right now I'm on 3.16, because the 7S models have come out already. I was going to get the white 7S Pro, but then, obviously life happened and now I can't afford it because I got absolutely destroyed by bills, more specifically taxes, because, Canada loves just absolutely fisting their citizens. So that's super awesome. So all of the money that I had saved up for that phone went to paying back taxes. So I can't buy that new phone now unless Nubia reaches out again and wants to do some kind of like sponsored video or something like that. It's just not happening. But I kept it on there because I'm waiting for the new update, because there's Red Magic OS 5.5 on the 7S Pro. That's what I was getting at. That was the whole tangent was about. Was the new software comes out for that. So I wanted to see if the software had any improvements, or what likely would happen is it's going to make it a little bit slower, just because there's going to be like added aspects to it that are going to, utilize more of the phone. More of the phone's resources are going to be going towards the new features. But I wanted to run 3D Mark to see if at least Red Magic OS 5.5 is like at par, or if it's like substantially worse, because I can't imagine it's going to be better. But, that's something that I wanted to look into, but the update hasn't come out yet. 8-Ball Pool, deadly game, love that, online. Adventure Capitalist, love that. Asphalt 9, I literally downloaded that just for like the vibration thing, and I never touched it again. Since this update though, I did try Asphalt 9 in the like the game space, and it does load perfectly fine now. Battle Knight is basically like a cyberpunk game. BeatStar, that's like DDR, but for phones, or basically like the new version of like Tap Tap Revolution, that old game that ended up getting taken down for like licensing issues because they didn't license any of the songs. So BeatStar is basically that, but licensed. Bitcoin Billionaire, basically Adventure Capitalist. It's just a clicker game. Blade Runner, I haven't played that yet, but it's on there because I want to play it, and I don't have time. Brain Code, again, I just got that. I haven't played it. Call of Duty, love that. Super addicted. CarX Drift Racing. It's okay. A cat alone, so that's just like a game for my cat, because that cat just decided that it's going to live here now, so I guess I have a cat. So that's a game for it. CSR Racing, I'm like super addicted to that game. Cybercode, that game is absolutely amazing. Again, it's kind of just like a text-based game, but it's all like cyberpunk and like hacking and stuff. It's absolutely amazing. Cyberica is an unreal game. It's like a top-down kind of like dungeon hunter sort of style game, but it's all cyberpunk, and it even kind of follows like a similar storyline sort of deal. So there's like an actual like storyline and like a whole plot to the game, and it's just amazing. Like it's really good. Like I can't speak more highly of that game, and it just keeps getting better. Like they just keep updating and they keep adding more stuff. Like it's unbelievable. Egg Incorporated, another clicker game, and it's awesome. Flight Pilot, that's a flight simulator. I'm just trying to get through all these really quick, so I'm not actually showing all the games because the camera's probably going to die because I only let it charge for a couple minutes because it's already after 5 in the morning. But like I had previously mentioned, I'm huge into aviation, so Flight Pilot, that's just a flight simulator. Forza Street, that's kind of like a clicker, sort of like super easy drag racing kind of street racing game. It's kind of neat. I don't know. It's different. That's why I play it. It's different. There's nothing else like it. Futurama, obviously, huge fan. Love that. Garage 54, absolutely love their YouTube channel. This game is kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's a really weird game, but it's kind of awesome at the same time. Like it's really jank, but that is why it's so awesome, because it's just like the YouTube channel. It's like super jank, but it works, and I don't know. It's worth trying. Like if you like the YouTube channel, you're gonna love the game. Genshin Impact, because of course, like what weeb doesn't have it on their phone. Halo Waypoint, Star Wars Heroes, that game's amazing. I used to be super into that, but I just kind of fell out of it, and I downloaded to start playing it again. I just haven't yet. Hill Climb, love that game. It's just right stupid, mindless fun. Hitman Go, that's another cool one. Hot Wheels, because of course, anything with Hot Wheels, and I'm on it. Infinite Galaxy, I still haven't played that yet, but it's supposed to be amazing. Infinity Ops used to be really cool, and then they just got like absolutely greedy with like a paywall. So you start the game and it's amazing, and you're getting upgrades and everything like that, and then you just get to this point where it just kind of transitions from being an awesome game where you have a chance to only being in rounds with people who have spent hundreds of dollars on all of the content. That gives you like ridiculous specs, so you can't even compete anymore. Ingress, amazing game. I was one of the beta testers for that game. So in this city, tons of the portals are ones that I've actually submitted and took the pictures and everything for. So I'm like one of like the OG players who is invite only to that game. Lara Croft Go, so that's basically Hitman Go, but obviously Tomb Raider. So it's literally the exact same game. It's just kind of like a different sort of atmosphere. Morse Mania, so that's a game where you play only using Morse code, really cool. Nova, that's basically just Halo, but for Android. Need for Speed, I don't need to explain that. Old school RuneScape, because of course I'm gonna have old school RuneScape. If you don't, then like why not? Like download it, go download it, go download old school RuneScape, just go download it. Pixel Car Racer, because I'm addicted to cars and pixels. I don't know. It's basically like CSR Racing, but with bad graphics, so it makes it better somehow. Animal Crossing, we're just gonna skip past that one. Pocket Legends is a really cool game. That was like the OG MMORPG for Android. Actually, even before that, it was iOS exclusive. Like I've been playing that game since an iPhone 3G, the very first iPhone that came to Canada, and I was playing this game on that. So like I've been playing that one for like my entire like smartphone life career. Pocket Mortys, that's basically Pokemon, but Rick and Morty, so it's like friggin' deadly. Pokemon Go, really haven't played that much. Pokemon, whatever this is called, it was like a pre-order. I don't remember. Like I clicked the thing that was like notify me when this is done, and then it downloaded the game, and I haven't even touched it. Progress Bar 95, that's an amazing game. Love that. I'm not even gonna get into it, but just download it and play it. Real Racing, that's basically Forza. Rebel Racing, that's basically Forza Horizon. Sims Free Play used to be really cool, but now just to get all the bonus stuff, you are basically required to have Facebook to sign in, and you also don't get cloud save unless you have Facebook, so that's right stupid now. So like I basically just don't play play that anymore because if I have to reset my phone for a video or something, then I lose all of my progress. Then we got Hitman Sniper. That's a really cool game. Solar Smash, absolutely amazing game. I've wasted hours of my life playing that. South Park, because of course I'm going to have South Park. We got Spartan Firefight. That's basically like a 2D side scroller of Halo. It's really cool. Subway Surfers, deadly game. Simpsons Tapped Out. I've spent hundreds of dollars on this game. I love it. It is so funny, and they make fun of you for doing like in-app purchases, and it's just, that's why I've spent so much money on it, because it's absolutely hilarious. Torque Drift is a really cool concept, but I haven't been able to get into it. It's basically CSR racing, but it also has drifting, but it's just something about the way the game is laid out. I can't get into it. I don't know what it is. It's a poorly designed game, and there's a ridiculous amount of ads. And that kind of keeps throwing me off, because I can't get into it enough without getting just completely obliterated with ads. Tuning Club, haven't played that, but that was just kind of like, car games. Turboprop, that's again another flight simulator. It's a really good one. And then VHack Revolution, that's again kind of like a text-based game, but it's solely about hacking rather than cyberpunk. So that's it. We went through my whole phone. Yeah, and then like the minimal stuff, these are the apps that I use at the bottom here. So that's Discord, Firefox, just like texting, TikTok. Those are my lists of like things that I have to do, like YouTube Music, and then YouTube Studio. That's pretty much it. I don't know what else we can look at here. The specs of the phone. So Red Magic OS version 5.0. Again, like I mentioned, I'm waiting for 5.5 to come out, so that way I can do a comparison between this one and the new one. So this is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, 18 gigs of RAM, 256 gig storage, Android 12. So yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for coming along with the ride on the Nubia Red Magic 7. And just like, I don't know, kind of like a what's on my phone sort of video, right? Just like the updates of things that have been going on, how does the fan work now that it's been a few months? The cable that I said to buy, and then I actually did buy it solely for the sake of the video of just showing that that's the cable that you needed. These little camera protectors are amazing. Screen protectors from Nubia saved my screen for sure. But I mean, that's basically it, right? So the camera battery here lasted the rest of the video, so that's pretty cool. That's what's on my phone. That's why I don't use Samsung anymore. That's how the Nubia Red Magic 7's doing a few months later. Those are the apps on my phone. That's what I use. Like I said, it's primarily just music, work, and then like some games. So hopefully you found something useful here. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. You can join the members program if you want to help support this stuff, or don't do any of it. I'm not telling you what to do.